everybody, it's Annette from The Art of Intuition, and today we're going to talk about the difference between obstacles and resistance. What does it mean if we are resisting something? You will see that term used, and normally it'll say you're going against the universe, right? You're going against the will of the universe. That's what people will say. Well, I want everyone to think of it more as going against the will of your universe. Your universe, look at it like this. You have different things to do and different people to meet, different contracts to fill, soul contracts to fill, different places to be at certain times in your life. You will be there. Come hell or high water. Your universe will do whatever it has to do to get you there. Your soul, your universe, is the same thing. It's going to do anything it has to get you to those places, to meet those people, to fulfill those contracts. And we're going to talk about soul contracts today. We're not going to get into soul agreements, which they shift a little bit. We're going to talk about that in another video. Actually, that is a really good topic for another video. Maybe let's do that one later. Everything kind of shifts, right? So it's going to shift you toward those places. And if you're meeting a lot of resistance and you want to get one job and you can't get it, you want to be with one person, you can't get it, you want to live in one place and you're not getting it, and you feel like you're beating your head against the wall, you're resisting what's supposed to happen. The easiest path of resistance. That's where you want to be going. If it's not easy, it's not aligned to where you're supposed to be. That doesn't mean where you end up is where you're going to end up forever. Things change. Things are only aligned to the consciousness you're in at the time. Then it's going to shift. But if you're having a lot of resistance and you can't seem to get to where you want to be, you're not supposed to be there right now. Now, how is that different from an obstacle? Obstacles are more things that kind of get put in our way that sometimes we're supposed to burrow through. Because if things, especially when you meet resistance more, I feel like when you're in a third dimensional level of consciousness, and the more you expand, you're going to get into more obstacles. Like I will see a lot of obstacles kind of put in my path, but it's for me to also develop other skill sets. If everything works right away, you don't explore other things. And when you get into higher dimensional service agreements, higher dimensional things you're supposed to be doing, you're not doing one thing. You're supposed to do a lot of things. You don't put all the eggs in one basket. You don't put all your energy in one basket because you're not supposed to do that. That's a very linear third dimensional thing to do. I do this for money. This is how I make money. I do this one thing. In the higher realms, you do a lot of different things. And by higher realms, I just mean the higher levels of consciousness. You're going to do a lot of things. So if one thing takes off, the human in us won't really look at the other things. And you will find people who've gotten very successful at one thing normally kind of stay with that thing, and there can become a lot of distortions around that one thing. A lot of identity around that one thing. So when that one thing is gone, they really struggle to kind of find the next thing. So that's why in the higher dimensions, you don't really have an identity around anything. So some of the obstacles are, one, to test you, to see how committed you are. And two, to get you to grow past your fears of other things. That's why. And you have to kind of be ready for some of the bigger realities. Sometimes we feel they're obstacles. They're not so much obstacles, it's just not time yet for those. But that time will come. Now, resistance to me is a very draining energy. When I hit resistance against something, somewhere I'm not supposed to be, a job I'm not supposed to get, people I'm not supposed to be around, but I want to be around on a human level, I feel I get very drained by it. So resistance energy to me is exhausting energy. Obstacle energy is inspiring energy. I get excited about doing something else. So don't get too bogged down on one or the other. Just observe it. Observe when you feel really drained by it. You could be going against resistance. Because either way, you're going to end up where you're supposed to end up anyway. You can't not. You can't do it wrong. You can't end up in the wrong place. You're going to end up where you're supposed to. So just observe it, enjoy it, keep practicing the art of intuition.